Hi there. Welcome to Apple World says the supposed dad isn't prohibited as the organic dad of the embryo. When it's all said and done, you're the dad. Darling, that is me and your dad. Goodness, it's not you. The dad. That causes me to feel like I squandered my entire life. Gracious, each time I'm going into, similar to reality, thinking. Gracious, it's for rock. It's for rock. Rock, go. Go off the deep end. You think any other person? So it seems that things between Blueface and Chrisean are at an unsurpassed low in light of the fact that new proof proposes that Chrisean could have faked her child's DNA test so she could nail the paternity to Blueface. Well, it seems as though she has gotten uncovered, no doubt, and this show has the web in a stranglehold in light of the fact that Blueface is hauling her for foulness and uncovering her for attempting to child trap him. Presently, if you all felt that their circumstances were terrible previously. Indeed, it just got to another degree of insane. They said the child's appearance wasn't blue, and Chrisean preferred it. Do you all see the likeness? That is the child. Also, that is the ex. She got to his level. Okay, so it seems to be Chrisean and Blueface. His theatrics have authoritatively wound up in a seemingly impossible situation. What's more, as awful as their theatrics have been, I don't figure anybody might have anticipated these wild new developments. That is to say, we should be genuine. These two simply have a history of starting mischief via web-based entertainment, going after one another, and, in any event, tossing hands openly. So our assumptions were at that point incredibly low, yet somehow they figured out how to accomplish something amazing like clockwork. Be that as it may, this specific show simply takes the cake on the grounds that Chrisean just got called out for purportedly faking her child's DNA test. Also, Blueface is presently multiplying down on his case that he isn't the dad. Where could Maury be? Presently, what's fascinating about this wreck is that Blueface has been yelling from the housetops that he isn't the dad since the very beginning. Also, we as a whole sort of dismissed it, thinking he was simply being his typical untidy self, searching for show. Be that as it may, as a matter of fact, the second Chrisean declared her pregnancy, he rushed to deny any paternity claims. To address your inquiries, yes. Me and Rock are formally finished. It's on the up and up. I attempted it, and obviously it wasn't given previously. She declares she's pregnant with another person's youngster, not mine. Rocket's had some experiences with 10 distinct men somewhat recently. Until I see a DNA test and it's not mine. It's anything but a Blueface child. At the end of the day, he didn't give any sensible uncertainty or any such thing since he directly denied being the dad and constrained Chrisean to get a DNA test to demonstrate that he was the dad, or he wouldn't acknowledge that the child was his. Chrisean, in the long run, consented to a DNA test, and it returned positive for Blueface being the dad. Furthermore, we watched this workout on their unscripted television show, which says the supposed dad isn't barred as the natural dad of the hatchling. What's more, you're the dad. Angel, that is me. Your dad. Gracious, it's not you. The dad. Presently, we believed that Blueface being the dad implied that he would at last man up and begin treating Chrisean better. However, we were incredibly off base about that, which isn't shocking on the grounds that we, as a whole, have expertise in Blueface. He didn't attempt to have a contrite outlook on how he had been putting Chrisean on impact, and his way of behaving deteriorated. From that point, he sent mean messages to Chrisean, saying stuff like, "I will be a miscreant until the end of time. I'm not, in any event, going to conceal it without a doubt. You would rather not be stuck at home with a child while I'm with the following young child. A child will get us stuck. Also, you would rather not be left with someone like me." Taking into account the manner in which I as of now feel about you, he additionally attempted to compel her to dispose of the pregnancy. What's more, when she denied it, he flipped out and made some truly crazy shows. He went off Twitter, telling the world that he didn't need the child and that he could never pay youngster support. He said, "Whoever the adjudicator is on my kid support case," I told his young lady, "I don't need the child. She actually had time to dispose of it and she forced it on me. So you better cover the cost, isn't that so? She is attempting to trap me. Try not to allow her to get you. She actually had time to end this now for quite a while. He was unable to quit forever because he wasn't keen on having a child with Chrisean. Presently, all through their pregnancy, he has influenced her with a ton of stress, pushing her to consider all choices to not have the child. Also, he didn't attempt to conceal his indifference to having the kid. At the point when Chrisean started giving birth, he wasn't there for her since he was off having a great time in Miami with his other child mother, Jaden Alexis, also known as Stewie. In any case, this gets truly succulent the moment that her little beloved newborn made his excellent entry into the world. Out of nowhere, he had a shift in perspective and started acting all concerned. In any event, venturing to such an extreme as to take steps to remove the child from Chrisean on the off chance that she didn't do what he needed. However, the wild part is pretty much this: Chrisean didn't put Blueface's name on the birth testament. She felt free to give the child her first and last name. So his complete name is Chrisean Malone Jr. This implies that Blueface's name isn't anywhere to be tracked down on that birth endorsement. What's more, this caused a commotion. At the end of the day, Chrisean spent an entire 9 months of her life attempting to persuade both the world and Blueface that he was the child daddy, investing her best energy to inspire him to embrace having a child together. Also, presently, she pivots and doesn't put his name on the birth testament. Something isn't adding up. In any case, hello. She referenced that they had separated while she was pregnant, so that could make sense of this. In any case, this is where it gets more insane. They made up about 7 days after the child's appearance, and everything appeared to be perfect between them. Blueface jumped on the plane down to Baltimore to see Chrisean and the child and got along decently, in light of the fact that she even made an appearance in his new music video. He met the child and they had some dad-child holding time, and Chrisean posted an image of them together and subtitled it, "Daddy and I so things appear to be great between them." What's more, she most certainly might have added him to the birth authentication at that point, but she actually didn't. Also, this didn't appear to be legit. Indeed, things at last reached a critical stage 2 or 3 days prior after she and Blueface got into the mother of all battles on Twitter, since he attempted to drag her for being an unsuitable mother. He posted an image of the child's privates to show that he had a hernia, and he hammered Chrisean for not making any kind of difference either way. He posted a progression of tweets where he said stuff like, "Child actually ain't had the medical procedure for his hernia. She's deceiving him about his sound. He doesn't have a pee on the grounds that the hernia in his privates is so large, and she's consistent on here discussing me and my seat. Fix our child, see first. Then, at that point, go get another person to burglarize everyone. Label her on her, post her page, and whatever you all have to do to get this going so I can quit being an amazing subject." He likewise said, "I attempt to make the best choice to keep it hidden, but this young lady continues on endlessly. Don't bother me, you braked child. She is a terrible mother. Indeed, she is ill-suited. She has been pushing the medical procedure back, missing the arrangement so she can do what she needs. I went to Baltimore believing it was a medical procedure. Be that as it may, they are discussing how she missed the arrangement." This hack made Roshan so distraught that she took steps to squeeze charges against him and send him to prison. Blueface. You will go to prison, brother. I feel like a liberated person at this moment. Like, appreciate the time you got right now since, nigga, you're not going to be wandering the world like you assumed you would have been meandering the world. Like, she additionally guaranteed that the genuine explanation that Blueface was misbehaving was that she didn't give the child his name. She tweeted you, saying I'm a phony since he's not Jonathan Jr., but rather Chrisean Jr. Let them know how you need to take my child since I named him after me. I'm left with controlling a controller. He believes I'm slow or imbecilic. Furthermore, kindly be more worried about your probation and accepting my child from me as an influence. I have documentation. Jonathan Watchman once more. This sort of took us right back to the subject of why she would rather not authoritatively make Blueface the dad of the child. All in all, she was ready to get a DNA test while she was pregnant. So what happened when, incidentally, she could have faked the DNA test? The show got so insane when Chrisean's ex emerged to uncover that the child was really his kid, and not blue appearances saying that Chrisean has been misleading us the entire time. He posted one next to the other pictures of him and the child to show exactly how much they resemble each other and said, "Thank you, God, ahead of time since this stuff is getting insane." He additionally said, "You are not the dad." Blueface Chrisean likewise appeared to affirm the bits of hearsay when she jumped at the chance to post about how her ex was the child. Daddy Blueface then went off on Twitter saying, "I realized there was an off thing. I don't feel that as my child." The DNA test was somewhat unusual when I read it. It appeared to be phony. I had zero power over that test. Furthermore, how could you have a child and have them spend more time with you? Furthermore, the supposed dad lives in LA and the person guaranteeing the child lives in B more? I think they look a great deal the same. More than me. What is your take? He proceeded. I had one mother and 2 children until additional notification.